Hello, everybody. We are here, and oh no, maybe this would be better. Let's see. All right, what's up, everybody? If anybody is in like a vertical frame, I'd highly recommend you click the link in the bio and choose something else. Today we are actually in town. Pippi's here with me. I don't know what she's doing. She's doing something inside. On a vertical frame, I would definitely switch over to horizontal. You can just go to the link in the bio and find some options there. So what I'm today is I just wanted to go through and show you like a bunch of pictures and stuff that we've taken. So we'll kind of just go through that. I'm going to go through the normal stuff here too. Let me do that. So today, 7.5 miles. We did them kind of quickly because we wanted to come into town, and we pretty much have gotten like the coolest thing ever in town. Like we have this place that's
People.
really,
you can sleep a bunch of people.
really.
Yeah.
That's
really.
amazing. That's so cool. No. You'll make the vlog later though? All right, sick. Where's the reading nook? Upstairs? Oh, okay. Very nice, very nice. Um, so anyway, we did about 7.5 miles today. Um, Conditions were, it wasn't bad. There's definitely some uphill in there.
Tell them about the smell of the pine forest.
Oh, the smell of the pine forest was excellent. Uh, Very piney and excellent. Although to be honest, I kind of lately every time I'm hiking, I have like a runny nose, so I didn't really have much of a sense of smell. So there's that. Again, if you have a vertical picture right now that you click on our link in the bottom, choose another option. Um, so because I'm going to be showing pictures and the vertical just isn't as good. So if you're looking at stuff vertical, you probably want something else. Just going to throw that out there. Let's see what else. Weather, again, kind of a little bit warmer, kind of not much clouds, like definitely a bluebird day, super blue, and a little bit sunny, but we were kind of excited to go to town. This is our first time in town, and it's been pretty good. Water, there was like a stream that we crossed. I got a little bit of water from that, which was nice. And so there's a little bit of water. I took a few breaks. I'm still kind of going with my strategy of hike like 10-15 minutes, then take like a 1 to 2 minute break. I try to find a rock I can sit on, and I'll just sit and just do it for a couple minutes. If, for those of you who don't know, my pack still is about 60, or excuse me, probably more like 70 pounds. So that's insane. So about 70 pounds. I feel like I'm getting stronger though. I'm trying to be optimistic. And the reason I have so much stuff is basically so that I can do this. We're going to try to share this experience with everybody else. Long distance hiking has been such an incredible part of my life. that I'd love to try to be able to share it with others. So I thought one idea to be able to do this, and because um, service is so sporadic, I'm actually carrying a freaking Starlink Mini and the batteries to power a Starlink Mini. Um, so that's great. I was going to do a gear tour of that to make it later on. So we shall see. Um, this it looks like I am still live. Sorry about that. So let's see here. Basically, keep going through this here. See, it was really cool. We kind of switched from desert over to like pine trees. We saw these huge pine cones. It smelled really pretty because we've been kind of in this like desert area where stuff isn't much taller than us, except for next to streams. Then there's some kind of bigger vegetation. But we really changed into like kind of a coniferous forest today, which is really pretty. There's some beautiful pine trees right over I'm looking at now. But I think we kind of stay up here for a few miles and then we drop down. I think they're called climate islands or something like that is the correct term. Like, Arizona has a lot of it where like you're in the desert and then you gain a whole bunch of elevation, you change your climate zone, and definitely pretty cool. I mean, I'm enjoying it. I know both of us were, not that we're sick of the desert. I mean, the desert's beautiful with its sweeping views and all the flowers and stuff like that. And the cacti have been really cool. Speaking of cacti, I managed to get somehow like 50 little cacti pricks in me over the last day. Elizabeth was kind enough to kind of pick them out for me, which was awesome, actually. The tip of the day for sure is bring tweezers. That was the tip of the day yesterday. So the tip of the day today is, man, if you're on a trail that is popular, such as the Pacific Crest Trail, make sure to check comments, because there are comments that will tell you about places like this where we're staying here, which is like, it's a really nice place. It seemed like it was like the kind of the cheapest accommodation in town. Um, so we were like, well, we might as well just take a risk and take that, because it sounded nice too, but we didn't really realize there's like food here. It looks like there's eggs from like a local farm. There's like some free sodas and stuff. Like, it's so nice. I'm super thankful. Thank you so much for providing something like this. I would imagine they rent it out to normal people. This house is really nice, like, in July and August, and maybe they just figured they could make a little extra money and hook up some hikers. So that's really cool. But anyway, I saw a bunch more lizards today. That was cool. Trail magic, I guess this place is a little bit of trail magic. I mean, it's not free, but definitely hooking us up, which is so nice. Food, as soon as we got into town, well, in town is kind of a funny term for this place. It's really like, there's like 4 businesses or something. There's 2 restaurants, one of which is closed. There might be more, and I don't, but this is what I'm aware of. There was a general store that I went to, and the general store had our resupply boxes, so we picked that up. We haven't organized them yet. I made like a tentative plan for where we're going next and our mileage to Pippi yet, so I will do this. And um, and just we are walking from Mexico to Canada. Basically 650-mile trail that goes from Mexico to Canada, and we're trying to hike the whole thing. We're at the very beginning. Today is day 5, so we're crushing it after 5 days here. Would love it if anybody has any questions or anything. Please, they could ask. It would be awesome. And we got into town pretty early, like 11 or 11:30, I think. And there was a restaurant like right next to where the trail popped out. And it was owned, I believe, by a French couple, and it was good. Elizabeth got this sandwich that had this cheese and some sort of sauce on top of it that was quite good, like a ham sandwich. I got a cheeseburger that was also quite good. So that was awesome. And then we kind of came to this place, and there was a couple from, I'm not really sure where they're from, to be honest, but they were here. They were really nice, but we just kind of chilled and did our own thing. Here, and So yeah, kind of chilling, doing our own thing here. Plan for tomorrow. We are gonna leave. I don't think we're like we can stay here more than one night. It is really awesome, but we kind of want to get on the road anyway. Um, I feel like pretty good. Like my backpack is like definitely at the level. The hardest part is actually like putting it on. Once it's on, it's good taking it, but like it's like a move from the ground to my knee, and then my knee into one, and hopefully I remember to like loosen up the other shoulder strap. But it's crazy. I feel stronger like already. Honestly, I think it's gonna be good. I've been pretty pain free, other than a little bit of the cacti spikes and the like a little bit of pain in my foot and a little bit of pain in my legs, but that's to be expected. I got some kind of nasty sunburn on my legs. I'm wearing these short shorts. I do really like the shorts. Excuse me, because they're so breathable, keep me a little bit cooler. But man, I definitely have like the whitest legs in existence. So because of that, of course, they're getting a little burned, but hopefully that will pass, and I'll get kind of a base burn and then a base tan. Hopefully, ideally, would be the goal. And so yeah, so there's that, and let's see what else. Um, so I guess what I'm going to do now is, like I said, if you're in a vertical format, I would highly recommend you go and click the link in our bio and choose something that is, we really want to have, like something wider, because I'm just going to go through some photos and stuff like that. And I'm going to do that right now. I do that by doing this. I'll put myself in the center, and then let's see here. We'll go back to kind of when I started the PCT, and we'll go from there. So, it's kind of funny because I feel like, well, whatever. We'll just look at the stuff that's in here. So here we go. We got the little bird on the beach. We went to San Diego, and it was cool. We went to the beach. We went to Pacific Beach, mostly because it was where the cheapest hotel was. Sometimes you get really good deals on hotels, like if they're a little bit, if you're a little bit last minute and they have some rooms available. We found a place that was like 2 blocks from the beach. So we saw this guy, which was pretty cool. We also ate some great like Thai food, which was really fun. And let me know if you guys like this. We can certainly do more of it. There is the little guy again. And then this is the PCT. This was like very close to the border, if I remember correctly. It's really kind of cool. There's all sorts of different like kind of microclimates that we've been going through, so that's been neat. There's all sorts of different ways like the PCT is depicted. So this says PCT North in kind of a almost graffiti looking like style. Notice the trail just being like completely free of obstructions and just like gorgeous. It's really well graded. Like so far it's just been so well graded. We had some train tracks here. And you can see in the distance like the border wall, which is kind of crazy. Again, if you have a vertical view, might be better off switching to something else. You can click our link in the bio. And let's see here. So we have all of this, and let's just keep looking through photos. Sorry, I just keep kind of switching my window around. All right, cool. So those are the railroad tracks. We were a little nervous. We actually slept our first night really close to here, and we were kind of nervous that the train tracks were in operation. I was like, oh, we're getting woken up at like 3 o'clock in the morning, but that didn't happen. It's funny, every time I look up, there's like a mirror in the room that's right in front of me, and I keep thinking like somebody's looking at me or something, but I think I'm by myself out here, which is cool. So we made it 3 miles. Good for us. We made it a little bit farther than this, like just a mile or so on the first night. So kind of some interesting. That was like one of the first water sources. There was like a little feather in there. Here is Elizabeth getting her water. This is kind of how we roll out here. We get just water from the stream. There's all sorts of different water sources in the desert, though, so that's something to consider. This is kind of how we're rolling with food. Definitely have tasty candy like Twizzlers. What are they? Twizzlers Nibs, which are quite good. That was a good call. Getting those there, Elizabeth. And here we have just some wind. It was quite windy and cold the first couple days we started, so there's that. Then we have Elizabeth eating an apple. She carried an apple out from, I don't know where, really. Where did you get the apple? I have no idea where. Somewhere. I think some random like convenience store. All sorts of cool like vegetation and stuff. We'll just watch this real quick. All right, and just gonna keep going back here. Some cool vegetation. You can like, it's weird. See how there's like a mountain in the background? I'm not sure if you can see my mouse or not. Border wall, it goes directly over the mountain, which is crazy. The big border wall, like from where we were camped. And there was another girl that we camped with. I think her name was Maggie. She was funny. She heard us blowing up our air pad with this pump, and she was like, thought it was so funny that we had a pump to blow up our air pad. But I'm pretty happy we have it so far. This is Elizabeth and I. We are happy. PCT day 1, that's us. Make sure to check out our vlogs and stuff. Elizabeth has been making these amazing vlogs that are super awesome, which is really cool. And this is her. She wears these fancy socks where each toe gets their own little mini sock, which is nice. I've actually never tried them. They look hard to get on and off, but I don't really know. Elizabeth swears by them for prevention of blisters, which, by the way, neither of us have really had any issues with blisters at all. So that's cool. Yes, Twizzlers nibs are definitely the superior candy. All right, so now let's see. I wonder if I can make this like if I go like this, and then what if I go like this? I don't know. I don't know if that's better or not. You guys will have to tell me. Such a nice way to describe toe socks. Oh, and an individual sock for each individual toe. Seems like a nice feature for sure. Um, all right, cool. So next, so I'm trying to make this better so we can see it a little better. So we'll look at more pictures though here. I have a bunch. So those are Elizabeth's camp shoes, and let's see what this video is all about. We'll watch this.
That sucks. She just like didn't have anything.
Just putting on her camp shoes,
She
putting
just, like,
on her other camp shoe. And this is, oh, just like a live. Oh yeah, this was like a time lapse that I took, which was kind of cool. I've been messing around. I have these. I have what's called a gimbal with me, and I can take these. I'm actually debating sending the gimbal home though. I have so much gear. I don't know that the gimbal is getting used. Like, it's already so complicated with the stuff that we already have. So yeah. So there's that, and then this was meal on the first night that she would eat crunchy noodles. Um, anyway, I have no further comment beyond that. This is us in our tent. Me looking kind of silly, Elizabeth looking happy as usual, which is awesome. Oh, here we go. We're at the southern terminus. We made some videos. I don't think we ever posted these actually. Kind of forgot about them, but we did make a 60-second vlog. It was very windy there. Look at my enormous backpack. It's absolutely insane. Elizabeth, as always, more fashionable, more beautiful, a little bit better equipped. I'm so thankful for her for coming along and being so patient with me so far. Thank you, Elizabeth. You are absolutely amazing. I appreciate you in so many ways. And so I might as well just watch some of this video. Cool. So this is us at the terminus again.
Welcome to day 1 of Through Hiking the PCT from the southern terminus at the Mexican border. Check out Blake's.
All right, so let's see what's going on here. Another, like, one of the gimbal shots. I sped it up more. So the shots the gimbal makes are the thing is it takes a lot of time. Anyway, thinking about getting rid of that just because it's kind of like heavy is a funny thing to even say because my pack is so insane. But yes. So anyway, kind of cool. Makes some cool shots for sure. This is us. This is our fancy tent. It's nice and orange, and it's actually with this like gray, kind of light gray, which is really nice. It's really bright in there, which I really appreciate. I think Elizabeth does too. Um, so kind of have us in our beautiful tent. The stars have been pretty good, though. To be honest, sleep. Out here, so we just kind of been sleep, which is nice, but not really like hanging out a ton at night. There's my creepy beard. We'll go beyond that. There is Elizabeth having some coffee. This is the morning, our first morning on trail. So this is the beginning of our second day. We had a very cramped campsite, which was kind of funny, but it was still good. Life is good at the cramped campsite, for sure. She's always been a good travel companion. Yes, I am sure. Elizabeth is absolutely wonderful. So Elizabeth happily drinking her coffee, me and my pile of stuff there. There's been, just beautiful vegetation, like looking around. Like a lot of people think that there's just like sand, but there's all sorts of, it's quite green and there's cool rock. So that's been pretty cool. This is what's called a manzanita tree, Claire. This isn't the best like specimen of one. Like they have like this beautiful orange kind of bark, reddish orange, like kind of shiny bark is really, really cool. Maybe we'll show some other ones here. Yeah, see, more like that. Very cool. Manzanita trees. I am a huge fan. Pretty confident I can speak for Elizabeth. She is also a huge fan. Somewhere that's with vertical, you could go somewhere else. Bio and kind of checking out. Checking out somewhere else. All right, cool. And then there's another photo of a manzanita tree, or I guess it is a short video. We'll watch that for a second here. Anyway, manzanita trees are very cool. This is my first blood that I gave the trail. Ignore my legs are so weird. They're like dirty / sunburnt / the whitest thing you've ever seen / bloody. So yeah, we're working on that. I'm trying to improve. We'll go away from this one. This is kind of like what the trail has been like, and just absolutely beautiful. Like, big thing to note is just the sweeping views, like really far away. It's like there really isn't like viewpoints, like because a lot of the trail just you can see far, and it's really pretty. Like, it's been pretty amazing so far, or at least in my opinion. It's been absolutely awesome. So let's see what else here. Pacific Crest Trail. The different ways it's denoted. That one's like a brand almost, or I don't know what the price is when you imprint on wood like that. And there's this beautiful mountain. We kind of camped in the valley floor here, which you kind of can't see. This was kind of interesting. It just says I thought at first that like the bottom part it was like somebody doing karate or something because it's like a hi-ya with their hand out or whatever, but it's actually more serious than that. It's like, I think it's for immigrants that are coming across. So, this area can be extremely hot, I bet, in July and August. So, something to kind of rescue or give hope for them. And it's like, but then I read it and it's like, push the red button, but I actually really wasn't tempted to push the red button. I don't really think it'd be fun to hang out with Border Patrol. They'd probably be upset with me if I did that and didn't need the help. So we were hiking a little bit separate. So I kind of saw her far away and she saw me. So Elizabeth waved to the camera. Hello, camera. I thought this is a kind of a cool photo, just the Pacific Crest Trail. Anyway, cool colors. Sorry, I just keep kind of switching between a couple of different things to see what the deal is. So this is just the the lovely Pacific Crest Trail. And I thought the clouds were cool in this photo as well. It's kind of a cool shot. Couple different views. There is Elizabeth kind of walking down. There's her next to a manzanita tree. Just got some shots of her like hiking. So we've been trying to take these shots and then make like the 60-second videos, which have been cool. Me looking weird. Elizabeth asleep. I thought she had some imprint on there. I'll go past that quickly. Then we ran into 2 separate instances of trail magic, which was quite amazing. But like in the first one, the guy had been doing it for like 25 years. This guy named Pinhead, who was so cool. We talked about him a little bit on our previous live streams, and then we also talked about him in our vlog. But amazing guy. And then there was this group called the Wolverines, and the Wolverines were super cool, and they had a fire. Which we definitely enjoyed hanging out by the fire with them. I really like the guy. I think I'll remember this for a long time. He said, have as many hot dogs if you want. If you want to knit a sweater with the hot dogs, help yourself and get that sweater knitted. So I thought that was really cool. So there's that. And this is Elizabeth sitting at the fire.
Those are the things you want.
All guys except her. The gentleman on the right here where the video stopped shared kind of a touching story about why I kind of asked him what inspired him to be on the Pacific Crest Trail, and he had a really sad story. Like his father passed away from cancer, and I guess his grandfather had the same thing, so he's just trying to get out here while he can to be able to hike the trail. I haven't seen him again, and I definitely remember his name. Kind of quiet, but he was interesting to talk to. Quiet, I don't mean quiet in a bad way, but he just literally was kind of quiet. There are also these kids that gave us these like Cub Scouts, and they were like so excited. We didn't send them to these guys so they could hand them out to us, and we all sorts of stuff like which is so cool. We got honey stinger in there. We still haven't eaten actually. A beef stick and a liquid IV pack. All sorts of awesome stuff. So we're making like 40 miles to go. We're over 1% of the way, which is cool. Which is definitely cool. All right, and then both filming each other here, which is kind of funny. Overcast skies, or let's see what this photo is actually. Oh, this is another time lapse that I made, which is pretty cool. I tried to speed it up. Like I said, these shots are really, really cool, but I don't know if it's worth carrying the gear. So there's my debate on that. It's funny that the only thing I'm debating getting rid of is like essentially nothing in terms of the weight of everything else. But anyway, but it's all good. So, there's that view. I sped it way up and made it like 4 seconds long, which is pretty cool. It was kind of windy that night. All right, cool. And then I kind of took some pictures like campsites we might want to camp at. We didn't quite make it here. We're kind of learning that we're learning a couple things obviously out here, but something we didn't think about because we're like, oh, we can make it there, we can definitely do it, but we're trying to do this live stream really consistently too, so it's challenging to like how much time do we have and how much time do we have to get there? So this is us doing a twirl. we woke up in like the night time to do it. Kind of funny. There's our selfie. We both look a little bit tired. I've been taking just screenshots anytime I see something cool. Here's us cuddling in our tent. More tent cuddle photos. I took those and pretended to sleep. This is a bridge we went under yesterday. This is a road. PCT is really cool. Like a lot of passes and stuff. Like we've really only crossed a couple of roads, so that's cool. This was the log we used to get over this creek. This is Kitchen, really cool and tranquil, and it is, but it does also go directly under an interstate, like upstream from here a few miles. Here's a sign for Boulder Oaks Campground. and it's really pretty. There's these really pretty yellow flowers. I think there's some California poppies, I believe those are. All right, let me just look at one other thing here. So some beautiful huge trees here, absolutely beautiful. And this was us at another Trail Magic where they made us, man, they had this chocolate, like cherry cake, which was amazing. They had some sodas. I think Elizabeth got a protein shake out of it. They made us grilled cheese. Oh man, I feel so lucky to be out here. People are so nice to kind of help us along this journey, and I'm super appreciative. I never ever get used to it. It's absolutely amazing. This kid had the exact same gear as me. We ran into him a couple of days from San Francisco. Cool guy. And I like his smirk on his face there. It's kind of funny. Apparently we took a bunch of pictures there. This awesome gentleman. This guy's actually through hiking this year, he said, but he's like, I don't know, he got off trail, or he's done the southern part a few times, so he might get back on trail, like further up north. Anyway, really nice guy, and his grilled cheese was just impeccable, man. Tillamook cheese. They were saying the Tillamook factory is like somewhat close to the trail, and kind of recommended we go there. Seems like a win. Let's see what else. Yeah, this is Elizabeth and her plate of grilled cheese. Look how good that is, and see how, like, oh my gosh, that cheese pull. Does life really get any better? I'm not too sure. And let's see here. Oh yeah, Elizabeth captured a ground squirrel, like peeking his little head out, or I don't know, deciding where to build his next tunnel or whatnot. Pretty cool. More ground squirrel action. We're gonna play the full ground squirrel content because this is here. And these are some pretty flowers. I think those are the poppies. Just gorgeous. Of course. And a few more. This is like an oasis that we came upon. This is like our water source. This is that same creek before, Kitchen Creek. We followed it for quite a few miles. But up here now we're above the interstate and stuff. But there was there's like a pool down to the left there. And I went in a little bit, but it was kind of cold. A little bit too cold for swimming. But still a great, fantastic spot. There was a big cacti up here, which was pretty cool. I think I took a little video of that. We have Elizabeth here in her happy place laying. It's funny, I feel like I've traveled so much in the desert, I kind of avoid the sun because you're in it so much. So much of the time, like I said, I've already got like this weird egg and stuff like that on my legs, plural. But anyway, we'll leave it there for a second. Food tastes so good outside. Yes, it does for sure. You know, they say the best spice is hunger. So, and especially outside, and when you're hungry, the best spice is hunger. So there's that. Tillamook Creamery in Tillamook, Oregon. They have cheese curds. Have you been there? Sounds awesome. But yeah, it sounded awesome to me. I want to go. All right, so anyway, we'll move beyond Elizabeth sitting there. We saw a sign that said unexploded military ordnance in this area, which is like, it is funny too. We camped, I don't know, there's no sign that says end military ordnance area. So I don't know what that means, but we did not find any unexploded military ordnance, which I feel like is a good thing. And again, this kind of gives like a good view of like, that was a road over there. But I'm kind of looking at the map, and these are kind of our views. I'm sitting there dying. Elizabeth is like happy and taking a film. Again, I appreciate her patience so tremendously. Certainly going to be a difficult hike here, but like I said, I'm feeling stronger already, so that's good. Just got to make sure not to get hurt and keep going. This is Elizabeth with all her stuff out. You can see the Starlink shadow, which is cool. So we both have a bunch, because obviously you need a bunch of stuff to be able to live outside. battery. Just the, like, man, those batteries weigh 6 pounds each. I have 3 of them. Right now I'm also on a laptop. Gosh, I wish I replaced the battery to my laptop though. If there's any piece of gear so far that I'm like, damn, I wish I had something different, it would be, I wish I had a newer laptop just because of the battery life. I mean, this laptop is really nice, don't get me wrong, but it's the battery life just dies. We tried
It smells good.
dehydrated sweet potatoes, and they were so good. Oh man, I think I like randomly found them on Amazon or something, but and I got them just to try them. They were so good. Yeah, I love cheese curds too. They're incredible. They are incredible. And let's see what else here. So there's us together. I think that's our selfie. All right, we'll go past these. I got you. This was our twirl of the day yesterday. This is the full unedited video of it. You guys get the exclusive director's cut of that. This is again that creek that we kind of went over, and we're nearing the end of our presentation here. This is kind of some stuff from today. So as you can see, trail's like kind of similar. This is kind of what we're walking through. You know, it's kind of rocky, but still quite. And you kind of go through here. It's kind of a cool plant that I saw today. And to head a little bit, let's see here. So I just kind of want to take a picture of the conifers that we're now seeing. This is because we're kind of gaining elevation up here. So that was by the creek where we stopped for water. I guess I got water. Elizabeth hung out for a little bit. Here is Elizabeth here. She's a little bit cold, sitting in the sun. It's interesting, we kind of have a bit of opposite reactions. Like, I tend to do a little bit, I wouldn't say, I think I do okay in the heat, but it's not I feel like I survive a little bit better when it's colder. But she is definitely the opposite, like the cold at all. This is today, and we're really kind of more in a conifer forest. Obviously, it's not like a thick forest like you'd see in the east, but still pretty nice right here. We hiked together kind of the last couple miles into town. So that's just Elizabeth hiking. I thought it was kind of cool. You could see her shadow there. And just another picture of her hiking. Crushing it as usual. And yeah, kind of some cool trees we like went underneath. And then here we're like pretty close to town. So then this is Elizabeth, super happy. She has her coffee, and it's quite a large coffee too, which is awesome. Very happy for her. She wanted her coffee. You know, I've been noticing she hasn't really been making coffee in the morning. It's been surprising me a little bit. But we'll see. There is Elizabeth being cute as always. And there's us together. That is our, we decided we'd do a couples selfie of the day. That is it for today. This is this is the restaurant we ate at, the Pine House, and it was quite cool. I liked their vibes inside. That was nice. So there's that, and yeah, trying to think what else. So there we have that, and I guess that's the last photo. So these are the photos. Let me switch back to here. I can go back to, just make me enormous again. So here we are. So I think today is just going to be a little bit shorter on these live streams at all. I think it's kind of fun. I enjoyed shows. I feel like we might not do a town sometime, like depending what we have, like if we have our own room or something, because one of the really important aspects for us is to not really like impede a ton on everybody's experience. Like we don't want them to ruin other people's experience. People don't want to participate in this or don't think that we should be doing this in the beautiful wilderness. Like, that's fair. I understand where they're, everybody wants to have their own experience. So not trying to force it upon anyone. So I don't know. The couple that was here earlier, they really want to stay another night, but the woman who owns this place didn't respond to them, so they left a little while ago. But she did respond to me and told us we could stay. But I communicated with her a couple days ago. I was trying to be in advance, and this place looked really cool. So, and it is actually way cooler than I ever imagined. It's like basically this beautiful house. But I promise we are treating it well. We will even throw our sheets and stuff in the washer before we leave. And thank you so much for that. And I don't know. I've been kind of trying to brainstorm like different ways to attract more people, or just so we have more people kind of asking questions and things like that. I'm glad you guys love the photos. Me too. It's been fun to do that. But I think I'm gonna just go a little bit short. I'm just gonna try to rest and tonight and get back out there. As I've said, this is quite a test of endurance for both of us, and the heavy pack for me for sure. So I think we stay high for a while, then we go back down into the desert. But there's like an owl or something in the background. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Very cool though. All right, well, thanks so much everybody for joining me today. I will do my best to get back tomorrow. I don't really know, like the thing that's hard is we have to do the miles and do this at 5, and it doesn't get dark till a little bit later. I'm thinking maybe switch it to 5:30 or 6 p.m. Pacific. Anyway, this is just a debate inside my head, just to give us a little bit more time to hike at camp, but at the same time we almost need to be at camp earlier. So these are all the kind of debates going on in my head. I'm trying to research and do Elizabeth and I today kind of agreed that we would try to try to do at least one little thing per day. Yeah, people do have short attention spans. You'd be surprised though, live streaming, even though it's kind of new to a lot of people, the people that are successful tend to stream it's 70 hours a week. It's insane. So even though TikTok and stuff is so popular, it's also I don't know. The thing I like about it is that about the live thing is I can respond in real time. It's not just oh, you put a comment. It's if you put something in there, I can respond immediately, which I really like that aspect of it. Then people can jump in and out too. That's cool. So it's been great. I've been enjoying myself. I don't want to speak too much for Elizabeth, but she has been too. We have been doing great, and the dynamic has worked well. I am so thankful for her patience with me and my huge pack. She can certainly go faster than me. But yeah, be you guys posted. Like I said, if you have any ideas, throw them out there. If you have any friends, let them know we're doing this. It's fun for us to do. Take a break today in town. I just kind of want to just keep going whenever possible, as long as I have batteries. People around to bother, I'm going to try to go live to some degree. But please keep letting us know what you want to see. I mean, at worst case, it's really fun to talk to a couple of our close friends and parents and probably communicate with them more than we usually would, which is awesome. And you can kind of see us and see that we're safe and everything. So that's really fun. But it's fun to share this with everybody. You guys are awesome. Have a wonderful evening.